Hello and welcome back to Snivy Pad. Please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with all your friends. So as you can see today, we are back on PokeBeach.com, so big shout out to them for all the information we're about to show off in the video. So they have compiled the complete set list for all of Eevee heroes, aka Evolution Skies. And to be honest, I was not very impressed for just the Pokemon cards, the regular Pokemon, because they kind of sucked. Like, none of them were good, especially, like, stuff like Sylveon, which people have been saying online, and I know a guy, PTCG Radio, he was saying that it was going to be a good card and stuff, but I just can't see it. You're doing 60 damage, and that's it. And then you're doing 70 damage, and then 30 more for each type of Pokemon on your bench. So max, you're only going to be doing, like, 150, 180 damage anyways for a VMAX card, which is absolutely insane. And on top of that, I mean, who's going to play one of different energy type in their deck? I mean, it could work and expanded with Ho-Oh and stuff, but it's unrealistic, to be honest. So now we're on to trainer cards, and there's a lot of good trainer cards in here actually this time, unlike the Pokemon cards. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in here. There's probably going to be a few that we're going to have to go into more detail with, but those will be in separate videos. And yeah, let's get started here with our first card, Vigor Shake, which is an item card, obviously. So when you play this card, your turn ends. Search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto the Pokemon to evolve it. Then shuffle your deck. You can use this card during your first turn or on a Pokemon that was put into play this turn. So this card is basically a card called Wally, which was in the X and Y expansions, and it was recently unbanned in the Shining Fates unbanned list. And it was unbanned because of the first supporter turn rule, that you cannot play supporter first turn, so you would not be able to get all your stage 1s and stage 2s out on your first turn. But this is an item card. The first turn rule doesn't apply to item cards, and it's the same thing as Wally. So it's basically just going to be a Wally again, but negating the first turn rule, which is the exact reason why Pokemon banned it in the first place. And now they're re-releasing it. Things just don't add up right with this card. It just doesn't make sense why Pokemon would want to re-release a card that they specifically banned, and even mentioned that they banned it, like, literally less than a month ago, and unbanned it because there was a new rule in place preventing it. And now there's a new card here that will just bypass the rule, and it'll be the same thing again. You'll have the same exact problems. It doesn't make sense, because it'll be broken. It will 100% be banned, but it just doesn't make sense why Pokemon even do that in the first place. So moving on, we have Dream Ball, and it says you can only play this card if you took it as a face-down prize card before you put it into your hand. Search your deck for a Pokemon, put it onto your bench, shuffle your deck. So this card is going to be interesting, because it says search your deck for a Pokemon. Normally, it would say search your deck for a basic Pokemon. Therefore, that means that you will be able to take a Stage 1 or a Stage 2 Pokemon from or even a VMAX or something, from your deck, put it onto your bench without having to evolve it. That has a multitude of issues with it. Especially, I mean, you can do tons of stuff with this. You can, first of all, I mean, you don't have to evolve it. You don't have to go through all the trouble of evolving the card. You can just use this, and it'll be almost like Greedy Dice used to be in the X and Y expansion in Steam Siege, that you take a face-down prize card, you just take another prize card. But now, you'll be doing it, and you'll just be able to put some card on your bench. I mean, this will be just like the other cards. This is going to be a broken card. I mean, you'll just be bypassing evolution again, which is the same thing that they banned the Wally cards for. They banned Forest of Giant Plants for, and now there's two cards now that they're releasing, which is just the same reason why they banned the other cards. And it doesn't add up. I mean, it's just strange to me why they would do this. And even, like I said, a month ago, they acknowledged this, and they acknowledged that they banned it, and they even said that they're not going to make any changes to that because they have a new rule in place. these cards would bypass that new rule, and you'd just be able to use it again. Now, Dream Ball would be a little bit less difficult to use because you'll just be playing it from your prize cards, which would take some strategic nonsense and stuff anyways. But if you're playing it in Expanded, you can use Town Map to put it. There's another card, I forget the name of it, that will allow you to switch cards from your hand for one of your prize cards. Gladian, that'll be able to switch cards from your hands to prize cards. You can put Dream Ball on there. And then you use Town Map. You can see all of your prize cards. And then you can just take a knockout and put whatever you want on your bench. And it's going to be completely broken because you'll just be able to put a VMAX or Stage 1 or something right onto your bench without doing anything. And it's going to get ridiculous because you're going to have all these different loopholes. You're going to have these things like De-Evolution Spray. That gets rid of one of the evolutions, or a Super De-Evolution Spray, which gets 2 of the evolutions. And will that mean that you just won't have that Pokemon on your bench anymore? Will that just go into your hand or something? I mean, no one knows at this point. It's a very confusing card, and it's going to, if Pokemon leaves it in the game, they don't just ban it right away, then it's going to lead to some very interesting play. But it is very strange with these 2 cards that they are doing this to all of these Pokemon. So next item card, and this is going to be one of our last item cards, and it is a tool card this time. So it is obviously the tool rules and stuff, and the ability reads, if this Pokemon card attached to it has the name Vaporeon V, Jolteon V, Flareon V in its name, then it plays 1 less colorless energy to use in its attacks. So, again, it seems broken. It's not really broken, because all of the cards that they gave the item card for suck. I mean, I'll go back here because we have the full list. Jolteon V does 60 damage, 4 coins. It's okay. That's like the best one. Vaporeon over here does draw 3 cards and then 90 damage. That's it, which is terrible. And then it's the same thing. 20 damage for the first attack, which, again, pretty not great. And then 120 damage for the second attack. Again, pretty not great. I guess it will make these attacks way more accessible, because especially with Flareon's first attack, you can attach energy card to it, and then I'll just be able to get it right away. But at the same time, I mean, I guess that's the only reason why they even be able to use a card like this, so it wouldn't just make the Pokemon broken. But at the same time, there's no point in playing it if you're just playing a crap card with it. So, moving on to our next card here, we have, Snow Leaf Badge. Again, Pokemon Tool card. We have a lot of Pokemon Tool cards in here. And the Pokemon card attached to Glaceon V or Leafeon V has no retreat cost or weakness. So Glaceon V is actually a really, really good card. Now, the only problem with this is that Glaceon V Max is the card that you really want to be playing. The tool cards only state for the V cards. There may be an issue with that. We don't know just yet. But more than likely, it's only going to count for the Vs and not for the V Maxes. So, Glaceon V is really good. It's even better when we evolve into our V Max card. Same thing with the Leafeon cards. But, same thing. You got a Frozen Leaf card here, whatever, and it's no retreat cost or weakness. I mean, the weaknesses are pretty good anyways, and the retreat cost is like nothing. I mean, it's a 2 retreat cost, which can be paid with an air balloon, and it's a metal weakness. Which literally the only thing that could even do anything to you is Zacian, but you'd be one hit anyways with the Zacian, because you only have 210 HP. Which, I mean, it's just a useless card. Again, obviously you're gonna play it if you're playing one of these cards, but it's just useless. And then you got this one, Moon and Sun Badge. This Pokemon card attached to is Espeon V or Umbreon V. When your opponent plays a supporter card, prevent all effects stunts this Pokemon. There are like 5 supporter cards that do things to your Pokemon. The only real one that people why people play is Cobra's Trap, and at the same time, no one even uses that anymore. There's like 5 decks even there that use it, and there's only like 1 or 2 copies in those decks, which is, again, kind of a useless trainer card. Ribbon Badge, the final tool card, is if this Pokemon card attached to a Sylveon V in its name, when it's knocked out, your opponent takes 1 less prize card. Now that actually is really, really good, because that would give it more of a chance to build up all of the energies and stuff on it, because you'd only be taking 1 prize card for it. But at the same time, Sylveon V is not a great Pokemon anyways. So, I mean, it's okay, I guess, but it's the best out of all of them. I'll give it that. But at the same time, it's not really great. So, moving on from all of that stuff over there, and we have our final cards here, which are supporter cards this time. Have Aroma Lady. Sounds like, I don't even know, sounds like a yoga class or something. Just draw 2 cards, then your opponent's active Pokemon recovers from all special conditions. And that's it. It could be good, because we've seen stuff in the past like Bill's Maintenance, Professor Kukui, or as I like to call him, Professor Cookie, and they've seen a decent amount of play. I mean, special conditions are pretty prominent in the game right now, so this might see a bunch of play, but it's not going to be like a must-have in any deck. It's not going to be like the new boss's orders, something like that. It's just going to be a cool tech card that you can just put in there and it'll be fine, whatever. So we have Gordy as our next supporter card. Look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose as many energy cards you find there as you like. Reveal them, put them into your hand, and then shuffle the remaining cards back into your deck. So, it's a great ball, except for energy cards, and it's a supporter. I mean, you did the exact same thing with cards like Energy Lotto, and there's nothing really different about it, except this is a supporter. Which begs the question, why would you play this over Energy Lotto? Now, Energy Lotto is in expanded right now. It isn't in standard, but at the same time, I mean, it's the exact same thing as Energy Lotto, but it's a supporter card. I mean, why would you play it? I don't know. The cards at the beginning are pretty good. Some of the supporter cards are pretty good, but the 2 really good ones are Treasure Energy and Fashion Mall. So Fashion Mall is once during each player's turn, the player may choose a tool card attached to one of their Pokemon in play and return it to their hand. So this is amazing. It is a tool scrapper, but you don't have to use a tool scrapper card. You can do it once per turn, and both you and your opponent can do it. But you cannot get rid of your opponent's tool cards, which is also another plus. Now, this actually is really good, contradictory to what many people have said about it, because you can just get rid of your cards many times in games. You have people that have tool card that either misplace it or accidentally put it on something, and they can't get rid of it. This will solve all of those problems. You can switch out tool cards for ones you need at certain times, because usually you'll just have 1 tool card on there and then it's just stuck. So it is a really good card, and I think it will be played in many other decks. And our final card we have here is a special energy card for this set, Treasure Energy. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides colorless energy. If you hook this card as a face-down prize card during your turn, before you put it into your hand, you may attach your card to one of your Pokemon. So this is one of the only cards that actually provides actual just regular colorless energy, not like rainbow energy or something, but just regular old colorless energy. And it's sort of just like the gambling dice or the greedy ball from the X and Y era, like our cards, like our love ball and all that stuff in the previous cards we have looked at. So you get free energy acceleration. It might be a bit rare, but at the same time, if you're behind on prize cards and you pull one of these, it's going to be phenomenal for you, especially if you're playing a high-cost energy deck. Then you'll just be able to get those energies on and start rolling immediately with that extra energy cost. Many times when I played games and when other people have played games, usually it ends with like an energy or something. Oh, I didn't get enough energies, darn it. But then you put more energies on there and then it just gets too much. But with this, it's free energy acceleration without any extra cards. If you can put this in your prize cards, cool. If you can't, cool. I mean, you still get an energy card, and on top of that, it is a plus bonus for energy acceleration if you need it. And even if you aren't behind a prize card, you just happen to pull it, cool, great, you get another energy. I mean, there's nothing really to lose on there, and it's just a good card. People are going to play it. I'm definitely going to play it, and it's going to be really fun to work with and to work around. So that is it for our trainer cards for the Evolution Skies or Eevee Heroes, whichever you prefer to call it. And yeah, that's going to be about it for today. If you guys like these kinds of videos, then make sure to smash the like in the comments section. Well, in the comments section. Why would you like the comments section? That makes no sense. Just like the video if you want to hear more or horrible jokes from me, and comment below in the comment section, not in the like section, because that's where you like the videos. Duh. Alright, so, I don't feel like saying the outro today, so I'm just going to say the end of it, and yeah, have a good day.